This very special edition of program 2 Hours with the Governor. You're aware that Nigeria is marking 13 years of uninterrupted democracy, and the state is also in the mood. We've packaged this program to give members of the public the opportunity to contribute and give inputs to governance in the state. And the governor has been so gracious to find time to interact with the public on this program 2 Hours with the Governor. My name is Liyel. It is my warm pleasure to welcome His Excellency Senator Liyel Imoke, the Governor of Cross River State, who has been at the helm of affairs in piloting the affairs of Cross River State over the past 5 years. Your Excellency, warm welcome to this special program.
Thank you very much, Liyel, and happy democracy.
Happy democracy, dear sir. This time around, we have changed the format in interacting with the governor. We had asked members of the public to send in their questions on varied sectors, varied issues, so that the governor can deal with those questions. So I have also here with me a team of my colleagues who will be asking these questions as we recorded them from members of the public. On that note, let me warmly welcome Mrs. Marian Yang of the NTA Channel 9 Calabar to the program. Mary, welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
It's also my pleasure to welcome Basi Yang, who is the state correspondent of the Daily Independent newspaper. Basi, welcome.
Thank you.
It's also my pleasure to welcome the state correspondent of the Guardian newspaper, Mr. Aniteben, to the program.
Thank you very much. I'm going to join us.
All right. Once again, you are most welcome to the program. We will be very fast because we have so many questions that members of the public have asked, and we have to give kudos to His Excellency for giving this open check to members of the public so that we can receive inputs that will help in the running of the state. On that note, let me first kick the first shot by asking Your Excellency, sir. This question is from Jonas. The question goes this way. Your Excellency, I am one of the 2009 to 2010 December UBE teachers. Sir, since the federal government handed us over to the state since December 2010, we have been at home because the state government is yet to absorb us. Sir, why are we yet to be recalled to the classroom?
Thank you very much.
Jonas.
My understanding is that initially there was a policy about absorption which was not implemented, but I'd given a directive in that regard. And we've had all the teachers absorbed. I've been told that there are 1 or 2 local government areas where they haven't fully implemented the directive. And we'll make sure that that directive is fully implemented. All UBE teachers, 2010 and 2009, are to be absorbed and should have been absorbed into the system.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir.
The next question goes to us, Your Excellency. Good day, Your Excellency. My name is Asuko Basi, and my question is, in your first tenure, you promised to put roof over the heads of civil servants through a mortgage arrangement. Nothing appears to have been done in that direction. Why? I love you, my amiable governor. No name.
No name. But you said Asuko Basi.
You said Asuko Basi earlier on.
Okay. All right. I think the civil servants housing scheme, which we put in place in Akpabio, is reaching its first phase of completion. That's the first 210 units. And I believe that in July, we should be able to commission the first 210 units. As you know, we had to put infrastructure in place. So we put in roads, we put in electricity, and we put in water supply into Akpabio to host these estates. Of course, that burden is a state burden, and we didn't want to transfer the cost of infrastructure to the civil servants because that would increase the price of the houses. And then we went into a partnership with ASO Savings and Loans, which is the leading savings and loans company, mortgage company in the country. So we have 210 mortgages that are in place. We have about 400 that are being processed for the next 400 housing units. And then we have 1,500 applications for the next phase of housing. So we hope that we can complete the first 210 units and hand the keys over to the civil servants in July. And then the second phase is scheduled for completion in February 2013.
Okay. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Yes, Excellency, this question is from an anonymous. It says, Excellency, I'd like to know what you are doing regarding the plight of civil servants who, though retired from service, are yet to get their pension and gratuity.
Okay, I don't think there's any issue with civil servants in the state civil service who retire from the service. We're up to date with our pensions and gratuity in the state service. On the other hand, I believe that there are some, possibly in the local government service, who have retired and who are not getting their full pension and gratuity. One of the challenges we had was the mismanagement of that pension scheme. We ordered that it be reviewed. The review has been completed. The funding for pension has now been increased to deal with the challenges. But we needed to straighten out some of what we saw in there that was definitely not palatable. And so that has been done by the Accountant General's office. And now that we're increasing funding on a monthly basis for pensions, we believe that we'll meet all the obligations at the local government level.
This question is from Moses. He resides in Calabar. And his question is, why did your government place a ban on wood logging in the state? The way it is, government is not making money from the ban. Rather, it is policemen and members of the task force that are making plenty money from the ban. Please, sir, can you lift the ban so that my dad can forward my education? Thanks. Long live the government.
Thank you. That question is from Moses. Moses. Moses, we had to institute this ban for a reason. Cross River State hosts the largest and the only remaining forest in this part of the world. That's in the West African sub-region. That forest was being depleted at a rate of 2% per annum. Now what that meant was that in 20 years there'd be no forest left in Cross River. Cross River is also one of the 25 biodiversity hotspots in the world. What that means is that inside our forest is such great biodiversity. That is plant biodiversity, aquaculture biodiversity, and even animal biodiversity. And that is one thing that has tremendous value. It has tourism value, but it also has value for us as a people in the sense that environmentally it helps us to balance our challenges with climate change. So the Cross River Forest is more important to the world than you think. And because of the carbon sink in that forest, we need to preserve that forest. And that forest has tremendous value. The people that log take the wood out of the country and mismanage it, or out of the state, not even out of the country. And so we had to enforce a ban to make sure that we preserve that forest. Naturally, we've had challenges with people who are corrupt.